Hello, I'm Dr. David Wayne, the Director of CAMCLE, the Computer-Aided Mathematics Collaborative Learning Environment. The CAMCLE program is designed to help you make your way to and through our calculus program, Math 71 and 72. CAMCLE offers you an opportunity to learn at a pace that best suits you. We have a semi-independent approach where you will follow a structured, targeted path covering areas necessary for Calc 1 and 2 in small units of study. You will do this by watching some online tutorial videos and going to WeberSign, where you will do some exercises. There will be verbal and written exercises that you will do in collaboration with other students during your 2 weekly meetings with them and a student tutor who will guide you. So who can be a CAMCLE student? Well, it is someone who has taken or attempted Math 71 or 72 and withdrawn, but plans to retake the course. You would register for Math 70C or Math 71C. Or you might be a student who has Calc 1 in your future, but would be better served by the CAMCLE approach rather than our traditional Math 50 pre-calculus course. You would register for Math 50C. Or you may be a student who has transfer credit for Math 71 or has passed our Math 61 and wants to take Math 72, but there are topics that you need to review or learn. You would register for Math 71B, which could be taken either before or concurrently with Math 72. We will design the right program for you, but the one common element is that students in CAMCLE will be taking Math 71 or 72. So how is CAMCLE structured? Well, large ideas in mathematics are contained in modules. Currently, we have 9 modules in the CAMCLE program, but each module is broken into several segments. Some modules have 4 segments, some modules have 9 segments. It depends on how much work is in there and how much we want the student to do in one small amount of time. So each segment will cover only 1 or 2 related concepts with only a few objectives. You move from segment to segment by taking an assessment at the end of each segment, which will determine your mastery. And students do indeed master the segments before moving on, and that has proven to be beneficial for their success in calculus when they take it. What do you actually do? Well, within each segment, you will watch some videos. Perhaps there are 3 or 4. You will go to WebAssign to do some online exercises. You will come to your weekly meetings with your other students in your group and a student tutor. And you may have to do some more videos and online work depending upon what the segment prescribes. And then at the end, you take a brief assessment to show that you've mastered the objectives. Now, let us be clear that your online exercises are very important, and you need to score at least 60% correct in order to take the assessment. But you also need to do the collaborative exercise as well before you take the assessment. And in order to move to the next segment, you will need to score 80% or better on the assessment. And these assessments are graded with partial credit. So if you had, for example, a 15-question assessment and we're looking for, each question was 5 points apiece, that's 75 questions, you would need to score approximately a 56 or 57 points out of the 75 to be able to move on to the next segment. It's not difficult. Students do it, and it does generally lead to a better understanding of the material than you had before. So what are our modules like? Well, Module A are the basics of algebra. As you can see by these topics, they will look very familiar to you as they consist of many topics learned in high school. And if you've gone through a 4-year high school program, you will certainly have seen all of the material in Module A, Module 1, and Module 2. However, we fully understand that students come into calculus not having mastered many of these areas. So if you are a pre-calculus student, these are the 3 modules that you will work with: Module A, Module 1, and Module 2. If you are withdrawing from calculus, what we have found is that Module 1 and Module 2 are usually enough to get you ready to take calculus again. However, for those students withdrawing from Math 71, Module 3 and Module 4 also provide additional resources. If you've been through Math 71, you may recognize Module 4 as being the beginning of the course. Those students who are withdrawing from 72 will probably start back with a little trig and move right into some aspects of Module 4 and Module 5, and will complete Module 6, and that will make you ready for Calc 2 with extra material available in Module 7 and 8. So again, we have a lot of material in the CAMCLE program, and we will find the right place and the right path for you. So how do you register and get scheduled for a CAMCLE course? Well, if you are an incoming freshman or have yet to take Math 71 and find that according to your placement exam, you need to take pre-calculus and realize that the CAMCLE program may be a better fit for you, you usually will register with your advisor, and you would register for course Math 50C. If you are withdrawing from 71 or 72, and you've spoken with your advisor, then you will speak with me, Dr. Wayne, the director of CAMCLE, and be given the necessary forms of clearance for registering for the course mid-semester. The course numbers are 70C if you're withdrawing from 71, or 71C if you're withdrawing from 72. If you have 71 transfer credit or have passed Math 61 and need to review or learn additional topics, you would register for course 71B. You could see your advisor, the chair of the math department, or myself to register. CAMCLE courses are not open to the general student population. You must register with an advisor or with me. Once you have registered for the program, group schedules will be made to fit your schedule. You will meet with a group and a student tutor for 2 90-minute sessions per week, and these meeting times are not optional. Well, every CAMCLE course is pass-fail. You will receive a final grade of P if you complete the required segments. CAMCLE credits cannot be used for distribution credits. Students in Math 50C earn 3 credits and if passing are eligible to take Math 71. If you do not pass Math 50C, you will not have the prerequisite for 71. Students in 70C or 71C will receive 1 or 2 credits, usually determined at the start of the program, depending upon the program you follow. Students in Math 71B receive 1 credit. If you cannot complete the work during the semester, then you will receive an incomplete, and you will be allowed to continue and complete the work in the time that follows, be it an intersession or a summer session or into next semester. If for whatever reason you start CAMCLE and need to withdraw, you have to follow all university procedures regarding withdrawal from a course. If you're interested, please contact me, Dr. Wayne, at my email or by phone, or just come to the CAMCLE lab in room 103, Roosevelt Hall. I look forward to meeting you, and I wish you success in all your courses at Hofstra.